Me, guys. Nobody panic. Nobody even knows. Anyways, and that's what how shadow banning works, right? When you're on a platform for 10 years, predicting, not post-dicting, predicting what's going to happen. I'm always almost reaching 5,000 videos on YouTube, and for some reason it gets trimmed back. And then I try to go back and look for videos that I posted a whiles back, and I just can't find them anymore. Oh well, that's what happens when you are shadow banned. Alright, we got nobody watching yet so far. Oh, okay, we got 2 likes with no viewers. The algorithm, yeah, protection. As the narrative falls apart, the narrative falls apart. As it all falls apart, they're going to be throwing everything at this narrative. Hopefully a big channel could run with that. But they're going to be throwing everything with against the narrative. So, here it is, folks. It's minus 33 where I am. It is absolutely frozen here. It's cool in the store. It's not free. It's just a little bit cooler. You can feel it, right? It's maybe 16, 17 degrees, maybe 18 degrees in the store, centigrade. And it is freezing outside. We got a bit of sun come out, which is nice. Getting a bit of sun come out, but let me tell you guys. Here, I'll show you guys. Oh, there's parking in front of my store. I had to park so far away. So there it is right there, guys. There's the landscape. It is friggin' cold out. It is super cold out. It is minus 30. But on the bright side, it's going to be like plus 8 this Wednesday. Like plus 8 degrees above zero. So we're going to go back to normal temperatures again. And it looks like through the 18-day forecast, it looks like we're going to really go back to normal above zero temperatures, which is normal for this time of year because it isn't really supposed to get cold till like maybe mid-January, February, right? So we got Brian Lewis in the house. We got Richard in the house. Yeah, you got to be careful for frostbite. It's minus 33. Says Queen Elizabeth. And then Happy Days says Richard. Where are you guys viewing from? Tell us in the comments. Merry Christmas, Mike from Boston, Massachusetts. Merry Christmas, M. Howell. Good to have you on the channel all these years. The Greedo 87. Hey, Mike, what's going on, buddy? You got a notification on the Shadow Band channel? Okay, so apparently there's stuff trickling through. That's Canadian, like I said before, and we talked about this for years. The Canadian governments have been in cahoots have been forced and pressured by platforms like YouTube and all that stuff to shadow ban Canadians or people that have an opinion on the housing market or on the if you go back on our channel, we have about almost 5,000 videos. We started in 2012, and then they started just removing videos through the channel. That's our second channel that we have right now. This channel you're on right now is my second YouTube channel. My first channel was terminated in, I think, early 2012 or late 2011 with no consequences, no strikes, no nothing. Okay, so we got somebody from Gimli, Manitoba. We got Tim Russell in the house. We got Queen Elizabeth is from Vancouver. We got North Carolina in the house. That is Brian Lewis and NC. What else? Yeah, we got Armor of God in the house. Everybody is joining us. Guys, I really hope you guys tuned into the second episode of Mike of the Night. This Mike of the Night is going to be on Monday because Friday is Christmas Eve. I'm going to be here working till like Saturday is Christmas Eve, so I'm going to be working my regular hours. Go home, have dinner with the family. Sunday is Christmas Day, and then it's Monday is Boxing Day, so I'm not going to be here at my store. So I'm going to be closed for a few days after. So if you guys are okay with the Mike of the Night on Sunday, I would really, really, really appreciate it. So there's somebody flying Argentina flags. Got to remember, guys, don't believe everything you see. It's good to be happy. It's good to feel. But when you're on those other teams that are not, you remember that World Cup with Germany and Argentina in the finals? Well, Adidas paid $103 million. You could look it up. You could find it. It's there. They paid $103 million to have the 2 shirts in the finals. What about all the other teams? Anything in a world level, anything that's the world is all bullshit. It's all fixed, and it's all they pick and choose, right? Remember what Steph Blatter says? Oh, making fun of Ronaldo, and I like Messi. I like petting Messi. I like Messi. I like, he's a good boy. Sit down, Messi. Remember that when Steph Blatter was making fun of Messi, and then a couple of months later, the FBI and the CIA raided the FIFA headquarters. The amount of match fixing that was going on, right? But China doesn't even qualify. It doesn't matter. Like, we're not talking about who's better than who through soccer because it's all bullshit, right? The second we start to rank each other who's better than who because of soccer, that's all regulated. Of course the games are fixed. 100 quadrillion percent. All right, guys. And I'm not trying here to step on anyone's toes. I want you guys to understand. Building 7 is real. Building 7 existed, right? Yep, for the love of money. That's all it is. It's all about money, man. What is going on with colder weather? I thought we were in a global warming. Yeah, I know. We talked about this 2 years ago when this deep freezes started to kick in, and more and more their narrative. Okay, guys, here I'm going to share this with you guys. Okay, so there is the. I'm only 2 subscribers away on Odyssey to reach 1,500 followers, and there's the Mike of the Night prediction show part 2. If you guys want to check this show out, I got some really good callers on this show, guys. I really did. Like, the second last caller here from Australia was really good. He's living in California now, and he kind of fled Australia, and it's a really good story. It's around the 2-hour mark. I really recommend you guys check it out. And check out the last Mike of the Night. And then, what's Zero Hedge reporting? What are they selling us on Zero Hedge? Zelensky expected to tell Congress that $45 billion in U-aid is not enough. Of course he is. The implements hiring freeze. We'll see another wave of layoffs next quarter. Everything's becoming robotics, and let's go on the time machine here, because I remember we talked about robots. We talked about robots. What do we say about robots on the channel? If it wasn't taken down, right? We got almost 5,000 videos. Here we go. 2 years ago. There's short circuit right there. Robots will destroy 85 million jobs. No more physical ID robots. 2 years. Okay. Okay, I don't think we can talk about that on here. So there's a lot of things we can't really... right here. Fully automated food restaurants by 2024. Minimum wage is not a living wage 4 years ago. My opinion, the governments are putting pressure on private sector companies to raise minimum wage, and this will force companies to go fully automated. I give it to 2024. So there it is right there. So what else we got here? Hedging for an early recession. Speculating about World War III. Evidence Nord Stream sabotage doesn't point to Russia, what says Washington Post. Wow! Washington Post is actually telling the truth? I like how they have toilet paper right there beside them there when they're in those things. Why timing the Fed isn't timing the market? Yeah, I gotta throw away your textbooks, people. Throw away your business textbooks. What are these guys reporting here? Look what this guy's saying. I can't really say it, so there it is. This guy's back. I don't know how these guys keep coming back, but they do. So there's lots going on here. Oh, yeah, right there. This is the one I wanted. The Maricopa County Courtroom, Kerry Lake Historical Trial on election interference begins at 9 a.m. So we're going to see what happens with that. It's been happening now for 2 hours now. I think it's over now. Democracy dies in darkness. Biden regime forbids U.S. Border Patrol officers from releasing total daily illegal alien apprehensions on social media. So, and I've said this, and I've brought this up to many Americans before. All you have to do on the southern border is do what they do on the northern border with Canada. The most tight, surveilled border in the Americas is Canada and U.S. It's there's ground penetrating radar, laser sensors, all kinds. And I've had people on the show here say, yeah, Mike's right. I've been jogging along the border or hiking, and there are sensors everywhere, and there's police ready to come and SWAT you. So, or if you accidentally walk through a cornfield, you get taken down and you get arrested and taken back to Canada. You can't. Canadians in Canada side cannot claim asylum in the United States. It's really weird. But even though we have a massive dictatorship up here, our governments are pathological liars. It's a broken record up here. They've been selling us out to money launderers all these years. We don't even have a middle class in Canada anymore. But they decide that we're also trapped in here and that we can't get out. Japan raised interest rates yesterday. All the world's a stage, says Shakespeare. Noah was a conspiracy theorist. Then it rained. Yep. Yeah, we talked about how, it was a Mike in the Night a while back. We talked about how Noah was setting up and everybody was making fun of him because he was building his boat so far away from water and that he was out of his mind and he didn't know what he was talking about and blah, blah, blah. And then he ended up saving himself and his family, right? And then I think what happened was a lot of that family, or like extended down to Babylon, the Babylonian area there, when the rivers weren't shifted at the time, because the rivers shifted away from Babylon, and that's why Babylon started to crumble and fall. But I think that's where a majority of Noah's descendants resonated or made up, or were. Now it's called southwestern Iraq now, right? But I think that's where they were. Hi, Mike. Just got the notification. Better late than never, says Nancy McAvoy. Elon Musk banned journalists. Wait. Elon Musk banned journalists, but they want free speech on Twitter. Liberals want free speech. Well, everyone should get free speech, but the problem is, where I live, for example, I can't talk about it. What I'm talking to you guys about here, I can't talk about this in my own store. I can't talk about it with locals here. I talk about it with locals. When I tell them that I don't think that America's in the problems they are today because of the Trump administration. I think it has all to do with Biden and what he did. They would look at me and say, "What? You're a conspiracy theorist Nazi." It's like, holy smoke. So, like, there's no really talking. There's no really discussion that could be made. There's no really. I just wish I could be more clear about things. I just wish there was a way that I could say what I have to say without, you know what I'm saying? But to hell with offending people. I don't give a crap about that. I'm talking about like a way to properly, I don't know. So, what's going on, folks? Where you at? Come on, I'm in the comments now. Locals think you're local, Mike? Oh, big time. Big time. I think there's about 4% of this town that didn't follow the status quo. Less than 4%. So, I don't know what's going to go down. And they're going to be carpet bombing small businesses too. The governments are going to be carpet bombing us, and that's what they've been doing. So I got a letter, I read it on Mike of the Night for you guys, that I didn't file my 2019 corporate tax return. So it's Friday. I can't call the government to find out what the hell is going on. So I finally get through, talk to somebody, talk to the person I have to talk to on the file. And they tell me that it wasn't filed, and then they're going to terminate all my tax returns and everything I did all those years. All the following years, up until now, will be fully terminated. I scratch my head, and I say, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how this is possible. I check my accounting fees. I actually paid my accountant to do them. Okay. Finally get a hold of my accountant. He's like, yeah, it's filed. It's electronically filed. I filed it in 2019. And I asked him, can you refile it? I can't refile it because it's already been sent and the system has accepted it. I can't refile a second thing. So he gave Revenue Canada the barcode to the tax ID so that they could find it and then file it, right? And he printed it off physically and mailed it to Revenue Canada. He mailed a physical copy to Revenue Canada. And then guess what? They never got it. So the governments are going to carpet bomb us, small businesses, and what they're going to do is they're going to look for ways to fine us for things that we didn't do wrong. So my 2019 notice of assessment was filed. It was sent, and it can't be resent because it was already accepted by their system. Now, they're saying it wasn't filed. Okay? So he gave him the barcode. I'm saying this again so you guys can understand. He gave him the barcode to the actual tax filing, and they never got that. And they never got the physical copy of of my corporate tax return for 2019. So this is the problem. Send the documents in person so you get proof. Yeah, but it's too far away to send it in person. Like, I have to go, I think it's got to go all the way to Victoria. It's too far for me to send it in person. Yeah, it sounds like sabotage. So you see where I'm going with this, folks? They're going to come for me. They're going to take everything I have. Everything. I'm a private citizen. I've worked hard all my life to try and build a better life for me and my kids. Now, Canada's turning against me and my family. And I see this as an act of war against me and my family. And it's very heartbreaking. You know, they're taking whatever little existence or whatever little I could do to feed my family. And they're taking that away too. So, I'm just letting you guys know. And for me to go to America, I can't go to America. They won't let me in there. They won't. There's a lot of rules for Canadians to get into America. For me to go to America, to sell my house, make a little bit of money, sell my business, make a little bit of money, and walk away and restart somewhere in Alabama or Florida, they won't let me in there. They won't let me in America. They will not let me into the United States. The Canadian border is tied down. American-U.S. border is tied down to a T. There's no way. Go to Mexico and don't speak English. Ya, me puedo hacer esto. Yo necesita ir a la frontera sur, al sur de México, y después entrar por los Estados Unidos. I could do that. Not a friggin' problem. So someone's saying America is heading to the same direction eventually. Now, it's time to go hunting, Mike. A walk across from Mexico. Go to the Mexico and sneak the U.S. border, act like illegal immigrants. Someone says I want to move to Texas, but 10,000 of our southern friends stroll in daily unpillaged. That's the problem. And now, ever since I told you guys about Canadians being deported from America to Canada, I'm getting one email a week. I'm getting one email a week from a Canadian that's lived in Texas for 13 years and married. They put him on a bus a few months back and sent him back to, I think it was Calgary. And then the other guy that was renting Sea-Doos had a tax ID number down in the Florida Keys, working there 14 years with his own business, with his own tax ID, pays taxes to the government, picked him up while he was getting out of his pickup truck. Now there's a pickup truck sitting there. He doesn't know if his friend went to go grab it for him and move it to storage for him or something. They picked him up and sent him back to Montreal. Another guy in Tampa Bay, same thing. If you're Canadian in the States and you're illegal, they're going to come for you. They're going to put you on a bus or a plane and they're going to kick you out of America. And if you've been living there for 10, 20 years, I lived in the States for 5.5 years. They wouldn't give me citizenship. Had a company sponsor me, a big corporation that did all the paperwork for me. They did everything by the book. They wouldn't give me citizenship. Right? This is when I knew the poop was hitting the fan already. I already tried this. I already did everything. People said, you got to go there, you got to do this, There's nothing to do. If you're a Canadian, the American... the American administration and the Canadian administration don't want you to leave here, and they don't want you over there. Yeah, borders are wide open, not in the north, because they caught a couple of people going through a farm in Manitoba a few months back before it got really, really cold. They were caught on American soil. They were arrested and they were sent back to Canada. So the European extension in Canada, they want us to die off. They don't want us here anymore. They wanted us to build the infrastructure because you bring other people from other countries. You got no infrastructure here. You don't have an airport. Oh, yeah. Made with cardboard, sawdust, and cement. That's the airport you're going to have. But that's the problems we're facing now. Your wife can live in the USA. Your wife can petition to come into the USA. So this is the problem we're facing here, guys. This is the problem. This is the problem we're facing here in Canada, right? So it's getting to that point where, you know, I've done it, I've did it, I've worked through it, I've created it, I've, you know, manifested it, I've tried everything, and then now as the government's, I don't know what they're gonna do, because a majority of the town, like, there's a lady that teaches French at the French immersion school, okay, making 6 figures a year, and she doesn't speak French! Do you see what I'm saying? So these people making these couple of $100,000 a year, they don't want to lose that. But the people like me, the little snots, or the little poo on the ground that they walk by every day and look up, put their chins up to, are the ones that are keeping them in business. They don't get that. And this is the problem we're facing here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. It's like I'm at that point where I don't know. I'm trying my best to do what I can, and I don't know what to do anymore. I'm at that point right now, and a lot of people don't have any disposable income. It's been a slow month. It's all gonna fall apart, Mike. Just let it go down. Yeah, I guess so. You sell on eBay since they allow international shipping for cheaper. Well, no, the shipping is just too expensive. I had a friend in here the other day looking at the shipping for me. He's like, Mike, start shipping some of this stuff. You got so much inventory in here. Okay, set up my Shopify. We set up the Shopify. Okay, put the dimensions of the box. Okay, here's the weight. Okay, let's say it's going to Vancouver, 3-hour drive. $59. Holy crap. Holy crap. $59? I'm like, yeah, and the game is $49.99. So this is where we're at right now. They've deregulated our shipping, and they've taken us apart from every single angle. Silver Line says, I lived in Ontario my entire life. I have never seen the economy this bad. For lease signs everywhere, shops closing left, right, and center. We got D. Trent in the house. Yeah. D. Trent's just joined us in the comments. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. And if somebody asks me, hey, Mike, what do you want? Do you want me to give you $50,000, Mike? Do you want me to... What do you want, Mike? What's going to make you happy? You know what's going to make me happy? Is to be left the fuck alone and let me do my own thing and let me run my business fairly, stop taxing me and finding ways to find me by saying I didn't return my tax return when it was returned in 2019 electronically, and you can't resend it because it's already been accepted by their system on their side. And now they want to find me and they want to audit me. You see, audit a store that's just getting by. I wished it was something I was hiding. I wished it was like money I laundered or something I did, like in stupidity wise. I wished it was something. I really wish. Then there would be a reason for me to, you know, but there isn't. It doesn't work like that. Start your own UPS business. You can't start a business. Starting a business now in Canada is almost like you have to go through a lot of red tape. Like through your municipality. First, the town you're in has to accept. Like, I'm still to this day not liked in this town. Still to this day. Not because I'm on social media, not because of that, because I opened a business similar to somebody else. But yet, Amazon can ship for free houses because it's being subsidized by Canadian taxpayers. The Canadian government is subsidizing Amazon shipping. We're paying. The taxpayers are actually subsidizing their taxes, and that's what I've heard through the grapevine. That's what I've been hearing through people, and that's what's happening. That's the only way they could do it. There's no way they could sell everything at 40% loss. So there it is right there. They're going to carpet bomb small businesses, and then I don't know what to do anymore. I'm at the point I'm unemployable. I can't leave this damn country. My family's in the zombie state where my wife and my mom, they're like, oh, we came to Canada, we had nothing, and now we built something. It's like they don't get it. They're gonna take it all away from us. Everything. They're gonna find a way to fine us and tax us to death until we're homeless. And then maybe one day in somewhere, somehow, somebody picks up this transmission and says, man, I wonder if that guy's still alive. Where is he? Maybe I could help him. Maybe I could find a way to move him around, or him and his family, now that they've learned. Because my family needs to learn the lesson. They need to see what happens, how it starts to break down, how it falls apart, and how we lose everything to the government. To pay the public sector, the six-figure incomes. To teach French at a school they don't speak French. So that's the problem here. So once that happens, I got to go right to zero. I got to go to completely broke, completely bankrupt, and homeless for it to work out. For my family to probably say, oh, then the awakening happens. And then hopefully somebody somewhere in the world could see, man, I really hope that guy's still alive. Where is he? You know, and want to help me and my family, or get us out of here or something. I'm not looking for free anything. I don't know. It's getting to that point now. I don't even know what to do anymore. The vegetable area, TJ quotes are coming true day by day. Move to Mexico so it's free. There's lots of great immigration lawyers there that could help you get temporary and permanent residency for a few $100. But it's like I said to you guys before, it's like convincing my family that I think we need to really consider, maybe, it's like really considering, like, but the thing is, they won't have it. They won't have it until we lose everything, until I'm homeless. And then they'll be like, okay, Mike, what's the plan now? I'm like, you finally listened to me. And that's the problem, a lot of families. Luckily, we're not facing the problem with the juice. We're all on board that the juice doesn't work. We're all on board that, Biden's an idiot. We're all on board with all this stuff. We already know. We know that. But then some people are saying, it's bad everywhere, Mike. So be careful, right? So maybe some people might be right. Maybe being in the mountains where I am, close to fresh water, and a 6-block hike, 6 to 15 minute hike in your hunting, maybe it's best for what I need right now. Maybe this is when it really comes down and there's no way out. I think that's the best way, right? Almost crying supermarket yesterday. Not sure how to celebrate this Christmas. While I spent $6,000 overnight in a hotel room. What? Are you sure it's not $600 overnight? 6,000 overnight? We got Search for the Truth in the house down in California. How you doing, bud? Interesting. Can you sell your product in Amazon? We'll do the work for you. Yeah, I might have to. If I have to clearance out the store, maybe I might have to do something with Amazon and figure out from there. Did you guys ever see what Mark Spensky said about the No, I didn't. All right, let's go back to a few more headlines here. So, there's the southern border wide open. There's the southern border right now. And for Canadians not to be able to come into America, this is crazy. They're making it, yeah, there it is right there. So this is crazy. It's really crazy. Okay, where am I? All right. China seeks more and reasonable global governance, says Xi, because obviously their narrative is the peak of the pinnacle of all the problems we're in today, right? And don't get too drunk, so NHL tells Brits. While ambulance strike is ongoing, the UK's National Health Services is trying to reduce unnecessary hospital visits. Don't get too drunk. So that's what they're telling you in England. And you know why they're telling you that? Because their healthcare system is completely falling apart. And the people that work in the healthcare system don't get paid enough. And it's a private entity too. I think England sold out their healthcare system years ago. So they're trying to make sure they limit the amount of hospital visits. Yeah. So, Mike, hey, Mike, you are 1/3 of the way through the November 1st, April 1st long dark winter timeline. So, long winter timeline. Yeah, that's what we've been counting that on Mike in the Night. Since we started I guess other channels are doing that now too. So we've been actually calling out our prepper window. We call it our prepper window. And let me see if I can find it here for you guys. It's really nice that other channels really just pick up on what we do and kind of regurgitate it. But it's kind of sad that we never get up. There it is. So we're 15 weeks out in the last Mike in the Night. We're 15 weeks out here in the Northern Hemisphere. And if you go to every episode of Mike in the Night for the last, I don't know, since 24 weeks, we've been counting this down. And it's something that we've been talking about. So don't forget to check out the last Mike in the Night, episode 473 on Odyssey. And we've been counting down the prepper timeline, or the prepper window of preparation for the Northern Hemisphere here. And it's minus 30 today, but you know what? It's going to be plus 8 degrees on Wednesday, Thursday. So that's kind of an adjustment in weather, and a lot of people are going to get sick. So, all right, guys, where are you at? I heard Canada has negative 50 degrees. I thought it is global warming. Yeah, everyone's coming up with that. Yeah, yes. We know. Right? We know. But so much for global warming when Florida didn't go underwater in 2007. I guess their narrative fell apart. And then it's back to trust the science, right? So from Langley, BC, the future lives here, says Gajinder. How you been, buddy? I haven't seen you in a long time. I haven't seen you in 2 years. Canada, East Coast. Vancouver is dying by Aaron Gunn. Yeah, we did something about that like years ago. Let me see if I could find it here. Like a lot. See, here's the problem with my YouTube channel. A lot of creators want it gone because when you type in all these things that are happening, watch. Vancouver is dying. Like when you type in this stuff, look. Right there. We said it 2 years ago. Vancouver's dying. Very serious issues on our streets. Vancouver's dying. Vancouver tent city dismantle. And again, housing and basic affordability out of reach 5 years ago. So, okay, yeah. Like, so anything you guys tell me in the comments, we could find it. It's been done before here. But unfortunately, because, it's just Mike. Who cares, right? But I don't know what to do anymore, guys. I've reached that precipice of trying to make sense of anything anymore. I guess you guys were right in the comments to let the BS go through, let it fall through, let it collapse, let it, So someone's saying it's minus 35 right now. I think it's like minus 31. Or I guess with the wind chill, it's like minus 40. But luckily we're not getting too much wind right now today, but it's getting there, guys, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned about this really cold weather. It's really cold. Meanwhile, I wish Catan could be played by 2 people. Sorry, sometimes I just have to laugh. Well, if you like Catan and you want to play with 2 people, there's actually a better game than Catan. It's this one, Tekanoko. This game is like Catan, but better. And you could play 2 people. So, if you're looking for a 2-player Catan, play Tekanoko. Is gas cheaper in Canada now? It's slightly starting to drop because the demand is just not there anymore. The people aren't traveling anymore. People aren't gassing up. I gassed up all my 2 cars. I gassed up my little blue car and my mom's van, or my wife's van, sorry. I gassed those 2 vehicles up with Supreme right to the top until it was flowing out of the gas tank, because we need the Supreme gas so our gas lines don't freeze, so we got the highest octane possible, right? And we don't drive a lot. We're just driving around here in the town, doing circles here in town, taking the kids to ballet, taking my daughter to ballet, taking my son to hockey, taking my other little daughter, she's starting piano, and then one after we that's what we do. We don't really. I try to be the best father possible. Awesome, I took a screenshot of it. Thanks. Yeah, play Technical. Play it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Be like, that guy Mike. Yeah, that guy may know a thing or two about something. Electric cars, so you can use solar to charge your electric car. Guys, I've been monitoring my Husky lithium-ion deep cycle phosphate battery. It's working away. I got snow on my like a little light layer of snow on my panels on my roof. And it's charging my battery. It's wow. It's nice and quiet. It's away. It's in the garage. It's really doing well. Like I'm really surprised that I'm still running the house off of partial solar and -40 temperatures. Really surprised. It's still like humming away and doing its thing, and I'm not getting any errors on the. No errors. There's no problems. But. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I don't know, feeling this big uncertainty, this unknownness, this darkness, like I don't even know what it is anymore. A lot of people are gleefully hopping along and skipping along and having fun. But a majority of those people are on the public tit. They're working in the public sector. So when the price of housing and food goes up, their wages go up. The government adjusts that, right? Teachers are making 120, 130,000 a year, right? We can't. I mean, like me in the private sector, I'm finished. Like I'm at the point where it's game over now. Mike used regular gas than octane boosters. Yeah, someone was telling me that, but I just put Supreme in. I don't know, it doesn't really. Hey, have you watched Something Suddenly yet? Yeah, I didn't really. I watched bits of it, but then we already talked about this on Mike of the Night. Guys, go back and if you guys want to really watch what was happening this whole time, go back to Mike of the Night, like maybe episode 366, 367 on Odyssey, 368 on Odyssey. Go back to then. And watch what we're talking about with the doctors we had on our show, the pathologists we had on our show, the funeral directors we had on our show, the people coming from all over, all the angles, kind of opening things up from callers all over the world. You really want to know what's going on? Go back to those times. Go back to see what was happening. Go back to see what was really going on. What the real deal and how, we've been struggling through this for years now. No more remote work for government employees. What else? That's what Spark Jive is saying. Laurel Scratch says the wages are not the problem. The greedy companies raise the price. The wages should be at least $20 an hour. Even 20. You see, low roller. I'm in Canada. $20 an hour. The government takes $6 of that or $8 of that. You're left with 12, and then you go and buy things. You're taxed to death on everything else. So $20 an hour. You need to make at least $75 an hour, like minimally, to just live a basic lifestyle, right? You get the real deal on Mike of the Night and Odyssey. Someone's saying there's so many problems you can't even list them anymore. There's too many. There's too much, and it all utterly goes to that pinnacle at the top, and the governance, and then from the governments to the public sector, then the public works, and then it trickles down to the peasants, to us, the peasants at the bottom, and that's just how it works. That's just how it's played, and that's how it's built, and that's how it's designed. And if anyone asks me, what do you want, Mike? I just let me do my thing. Just leave me alone. If I file my tax return, I filed my tax return. Don't come and tell me that I didn't file it when it was filed electronically, and it stated it was filed electronically in 2019, and your system screwed it up. And then now you want to come and cancel all my tax returns from all those years because your system, the government system, isn't working? I could write a 100-page book on the problems, and it would take decades to fix them. The government system is working exactly as intended, Mike. That's where we're at right now, folks. I don't know why they want to screw us. I don't know why they want to disenfranchise us. I don't know why they want to take everything away that we tried to build and try to so hard in this last 2 generations to throw it all away. I never understood that. I never understood why I did. I get it. I get their greed because the accountability is on the table, and that's why I made that video a few weeks back. I think it's like a month ago now. Why Canada will not have another federal election. There's just too much damn accountability on the table, and no one wants to account for that. There's just too much. Okay, guys, what time is it? I gotta open my store. If you guys want to come and visit me here, you're welcome to come. I'm not hiding. I have nothing. I've been wide open since day one. Let me see if I can see what. Yeah, I'm going to be open in 7 minutes. Okay, guys. Mike Martin's here. Thanks for watching, being part of the channel, liking and subscribing and commenting. Share this video if you like, and so people could see real world, on the ground, small business. Just nobody's trying to make it on their own. You know, trying to make it. I don't know. Anyways, here. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Mike in the Night's going to be on Monday on Buck. I'm going to have a nice, clear, open slate day. I'll be home. I'm going to take my time. We'll start it again around 2, 3 o'clock. Nice early Mike in the Night. And we'll talk then. And don't forget to go back to Odyssey to watch original episodes of Mike in the Night so you can catch up. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.